Hello, and welcome to Homeowner AF, the Canadian first-time homebuying podcast. I'm Brianna Goslin, mortgage agent level 2, and I work with Canadian first-time homebuyers every single day. If you want to own real estate in Canada but aren't sure how to position yourself to get there, this is the podcast for you. I want to see more young Canadians in the market, building equity and long-term wealth. That starts with getting the right advice at the right time, so you're positioned to act when it matters. Each week, I'll bring you bite-sized episodes that actually move the needle toward homeownership. Short, strategic, and packed with practical tips that you can use right away. I'll cover topics like minimum down payment, closing costs, credit, co-signers, and more. Remember, your finances are like a thumbprint. No two are the same. For advice tailored specifically to you, book your free call at briecallme.com. Now, let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back to Homeowner AF. This week, I am coming to you with 3 ways that my buyers have been successful in purchasing their first homes in 2026. And all of these hacks involve flexibility. I was speaking last episode a little bit about how to plan your purchase price, but in this episode, I'm going to talk about what we do when that purchase price doesn't seem to be enough to get into the market in your region. So the first one, and this is something that you're probably thinking of yourself, and this is something that lots of first-time homebuyers do, and that is increase the commute. Now, we are in summer 2026 right now, and recently there's been a surge of returning to the office for folks who were previously completely remote, working remotely, and were able to live basically anywhere. Now, lots of lenders are actually requiring, if you are remote, that it says on your job letter that you are a remote worker, because we have to make sure that, of course, you're going to be able to commute to that job every day. But if you're able to, it might be worth commuting for a couple years before you either try to find employment closer to home, or you can build some equity and then move closer to the city if that's something that you want at that time. So that's the first lever we pull for most first-time home buyers who find that their budget is not actually something that's achievable in their region, is we increase the commute if that's something that aligns with your lifestyle. Now, number 2 is something that I did myself to get into a more expensive property than probably I could have afforded without a secondary unit. So yes, I am talking about house hacking. Lots of first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers, and any move-up buyers now are looking at multi-generational living. But what I'm talking about is having a basement apartment in your first home. So when people cannot, or when a buyer cannot qualify for the amount of mortgage needed to get into the market where they are living, then I suggest something like an owner-occupied rental or a basement apartment so that you can earn extra income that can go both towards that mortgage payment, and it will actually work as a qualification bump. So that income, say it's $2,000 a month that you'll be earning from that basement apartment, can actually be used to qualify your file for a mortgage. So if you are lean on the income portion of your file, you're not earning enough money to be able to qualify for the purchase price you want, it may be advantageous to look at owner-occupied rentals as some of those homes that you are trying to purchase. Of course, there are considerations to make if you are about to be a landlord, and that's something I'm happy to talk to homebuyers about anecdotally because it's something that I did myself, and I had a great experience. I will do an entire episode about house hacking sometime very soon. But I do want to put it out there, and I want folks to know that this is something that you can absolutely do as a first-time home buyer. And I just had a lovely couple close on their first home that was in a price range that they did not have access to before they started looking at these owner-occupied rental units. Now, this place is a bungalow that they ended up purchasing. 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom downstairs, 2 kitchens, 3 washrooms, a huge backyard for their kids to play in, and a separate entrance for their tenant. Turns out they ended up moving in, and mom ended up moving in with them. And it is a great scenario because they actually have grandma now living with them and some childcare, and everybody is happy. It worked out really well for them. But I share all that to say that it is possible to bump up that purchase price without actually putting any more money down. So first lever that we can pull. Next one might be an owner-occupied rental. The third one is we might have to look at a different kind of property. So I had buyers who were looking in the Vaughan area, and they were looking for something that was detached, something small and detached. And it was very, very difficult at the price point that we were looking at. So we started looking at some units that were condos or townhomes. We had to be careful looking at the maintenance fees because those can sometimes really affect your qualification for monthly condo fees or maintenance fees. But they found the perfect property. It was an end unit townhome. It had very conservative maintenance fees, and they are moving in next week. So that is a great success story that I'm very proud of, and I'm very excited for the home buyers because it's been about 2 years that they've been looking for a place, and they've been pre-approved, and they really stuck the course. And now they will be homeowners in less than a week. So great news, and it shows that a little bit of flexibility can actually be the difference between renting for another year and becoming a homeowner in 2026 or 2027. So if any of these ideas were something that you're interested in or something that's piqued your curiosity and you want to see how it's going to affect your mortgage qualification for your first home, I'd love to help you. Book a free call at www.brecallme.com. And I will be happy to chat virtually with you. And if you have any questions that you'd like to DM me, go ahead and send them to my Instagram. It's Brianna Goslin Mortgages. And I look forward to being in your earbuds next week. Thanks for listening to Homeowner AF, the Canadian first-time home buying podcast. You'll find links to everything I mentioned in today's episode in the show notes, along with details on how to connect with me. I welcome all of your first-time home buying questions. Send me a voice note to have your question featured on air. And if you're ready to talk through specifics for your first home purchase, you can book a free call at brecallme.com. Remember, if home ownership is your goal, you could be closer than you think. You just need the right information to make the right move. I'll be back next week with another tidbit to help you get there.